In team survival games, the most dangerous player is the one who seems perfectly helpful. They spend the whole game doing tasks and gaining everyone's trust, while secretly waiting for the right moment to sabotage the crew from the inside. That strategy is actually very old. For centuries, the global Muslim community has dealt with a similar threat: individuals who act like the ultimate teammates while hiding a destructive plan. Historically, this group was called the Khawarij. They first appeared in a harsh, isolated desert region known as Najd. The Prophet Muhammad warned that these people would look incredibly pious. He said they would recite the Quran so beautifully that you might even look down on your own prayers. But he cautioned that the faith would never actually enter their hearts. It would stop at their throats. This group represents the ultimate impostor. They copy the outward appearance of righteousness, that it's easy to miss the chaos they're preparing to unleash on the people around them. Extremist ideas act like a virus. The original Khawarij movement eventually faded, but the ideology stayed alive in the shadows for centuries, waiting for a chance to mutate and reappear. In the 1700s, that virus found its moment. A new political alliance brought the old extremist ideas back into the light. A preacher named Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab brought back the ancient, harsh teachings, and he found a powerful partner in the House of Saud. Together, they turned those ideas into a movement that would change the region forever. Today, this modern version is often called the Neo-Khawarij, or more commonly, the Wahhabi or Salafi movement. They operate using a three-step pipeline. First, they label local customs as bid'ah or heresy. Second, they call any disagreeing Muslim a kafir or disbeliever. Third, they declare their blood halal, making them a target for violence. This simple formula is incredibly effective at creating division. It takes a community built on shared faith and breaks it into small, angry groups that no longer trust one another. When a nation is strong, it can usually defend itself from a foreign army, but how do you stop an enemy that uses your own citizens as weapons? The Neo-Khawarij focus on this internal attack. They teach citizens to view their own leaders and neighbors as enemies of God, which causes the country to tear itself apart. The Prophet gave a terrifying name to those who commit this kind of treachery. Because they cause so much internal bloodshed, he called them the dogs of hell. We've seen the results in our own time. When this ideology spreads, neighbors who lived peacefully suddenly find themselves on opposite sides of a rifle. This strategy of turning a people against their state is what ultimately led to the internal collapse of nations like Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, and Syria. History shows that while many of these countries resisted foreign military pressure for decades, they couldn't survive once their own people were taught to see their brothers as enemies. The collapse started at home, and once the internal trust was gone, the nation followed. To find the source of this ideology today, we must trace it back to the exact desert where the original Khawarijs began, Najd. Look at that exact spot today, and you'll find the modern capital of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. This geographic link is vital because the Prophet warned that from that specific direction, the east, or Najd, the horns of Satan would emerge. It is a jarring realization. The exact location warned about in an ancient prophecy is now the global headquarters for the movement that has caused so much internal strife. But identifying the impostor is the first step in finding the truth. Real faith is the total opposite of that harsh, exclusionary anger. True belief is protected by three layers: the kindness of adab, the strong integrity of akhlaq, and the spiritual excellence of ihsan. These aren't just vocabulary words. They are the shields that prevent your heart from turning cold. While the extremists focus on outward rules to judge others, real faith is an inner warmth. It focuses on how much love and mercy you can show to the people around you. So stay vigilant. Don't be tricked by someone who looks incredibly religious but spends their time preaching hatred. If they are teaching you to judge and divide, they aren't your teammate. A true religious education will always teach you how to love and build. It will show you how to be a mercy to the world, never how to be its saboteur.